Dear Father, Mother God, I thank you for allowing me to be a channel of light, love, and healing. I ask that all energy that flows through Vicky and myself today be grounded in Mother Earth, for she is the living healer. I call on our guides and our angels to speak through us now. Thank you, Father, Mother God, all that is. Hi, Vicky. I put Vicky on the spot this morning, you know.
Yeah.
I came upstairs to her amazing room, and it's like a crystal cave. There's crystals everywhere. I don't have this many crystals in my house, and but you can't. There's no place you can look and not see a crystal. I mean, it's amazing in here, you know.
Well, they hold a vibration. So.
Yeah. So anyway, I thought I'd ask Vicky about how to keep them clear and clean, because I noticed that at my house I have a fountain, you know, outside, and I put crystals in the fountain. Well, it's not a good idea. First of all, my amethyst got bleached out from the sun, and then the water from the spray,
Right.
you know, corroded the crystals. And anyway, so this time when Ernesto was doing my fountain, I said, I'm going to get crystals. And he looked at me like, wow. So anyway, that's what brought to my mind that I need to know how to treat these crystals.
Well, I mean, there's so many ways, right? When I first started feeling vibration of crystals, I started putting them out underneath the moon, the full moon. And so like natural ones like this or this, those you can just put out in the full moon, and that'll clear it.
Like outside in the full moon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Outside. Yeah. And then as I started doing crystal therapy, it was like, oh my gosh, I can't clear my crystals when I'm doing a crystal grid until a full moon. And so I had to figure out another way to clear the crystals. Well then, in clearing the crystals, so I would just take and I would run them under warm water with a little hand soap, and I would do it 3 minutes.
Okay.
Right? And it would clear the crystal. Well, and so, you know, the more you work with crystals, you're wanting to create a crystal grid, that's a lot of time consuming energy, right? And so then I realized you just have to wash them very quickly. That's it. Well then, there's some crystals that you don't have to clear them, like citrine. These are citrine. These are natural citrine, and you don't have to clear them. They're automatically clear. And then you have selenite. You don't have to clear them. Kyanite. This is a wonderful dream.
Speaking of selenite, you don't want to wash selenite, okay? Because it will dissolve it.
Not always.
Not always?
Well, I mean, this one is highly polished. You can clean that, right? It's polished, but something like this, maybe not. This is a natural one.
Okay.
This one you might just want to put out in the sun if you want to do that. And then some of these points, you know, this one is polished, but this one isn't. So, but I do wash them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I just don't soak them.
Right. Okay.
You know, I have a clear one up there on the shelf, and that one I've washed several times. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and so some of these, like, this one is, I don't know what that, green calcite. It's polished. Wash it underwater. Clear it that way. That's great. They do pick up energy though. So like people that come into the room,
Right.
I don't do anything with them, and then I'm like, oh, I picked this up and it's sticky. You know, it's sticky. And so then you know you have to clear it.
Okay.
All right. So, and it's just really a feel. Pyrite, you put it with anything, it bumps up the energy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Magnifies, and so does Herkimer diamonds. So Yeah, they magnify the energy. So if you're washing them together or sitting them together, they charge.
Oh.
Yeah, you get an extra boost.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea.
Yeah. So when I was at Delphi, we were talking about crystals and how you clear them, and so we use a lot of wands, wands for energy pulling out of bodies and things. And Charles, one of the directors, he says, you know what, it's just a belief system. The crystals like to be clean. I mean, you like things nice and clean. Do you really have to go through all the rituals? Not really. It's just a thought form, right? It's whatever you think, so your vibration lifts up and your energy bumps up the vibration of the crystals. And so at Delphi, we would use, so this is a very wonderful Vogel wand.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's thousands of dollars. It's, you don't want to break the point, and it's the way it's cut. If you look at it, you see all the cuts in it?
Oh, I do.
Yeah. And so it's like, well, how do you...
That took a lot of work.
Yeah. And I have a lot of wands, not like this, but this is the only one I have like this, but they're all have a point. And I said, well, how do you clear this? He goes, clear. Right? So it's your thought that moves through it, the double turn, clears it out.
Okay.
It is.
Double terminated means it has a point on each end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So really, don't ever let anybody tell you there's one way or not to clear crystals. You're a channel. And whatever you feel, you have done this many lifetimes, and don't let anybody take your power away. Your journey as you go through, your vibration will raise up to the crystals, and you'll do it a different way. When you begin, it's like, the moon's got to do it. And then it's after that, it's like, soap and water's got to do it. And then after that, it's like, breath. That'll do it.
So, let's say somebody was washing their crystal and it got calcified, right?
Calcified.
Like the
minerals
got stuck to it. Mm-hmm. So could you use vinegar to clear that?
I mean, if it isn't affected by vinegar, I know that purple one up on my shelf there, you wouldn't want to put anything with it because the base of it is going to fall apart.
Oh. So
you got to be careful about, what you use. I mean, vinegar is okay.
Right.
I mean, if that's your belief and it's all right with, not decomposing it, I mean, that would be okay. But why would you do that? Why would you put vinegar or something?
Because the hard water leaves a calcification on top of the crystal.
Why? Because you soak it?
Because it got soaked. Let's say that. Let's say it was in my fountain. And yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, in your fountain, so then you're talking about algae and different things.
Yeah,
right.
So you kind of answered my question.
You have to use whatever it is that clears that out,
right.
Like a hot tub or something.
Right.
I mean, you look under my table, those you could put out, right?
Yeah.
And you could let them get green, bring them in and use a brush, scrub them off.
She's talking about raw rose quartz crystals.
Yeah, they're this
big. She
big.
has them under her table. They're huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I mean, they're outside. That's their element.
Right.
And why do we have to take something that's not of their element to clean it?
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. You said
that's
about a grid.
That's a healing grid. So.
So what is this in here?
Well, it's so the crystals don't move. So I used to do grids, and so when I would have to clear my crystals, and it was like I have to do one for each person. So I have some beautiful lights here who have needed healing in the past, and so I will you know, put the intention for the person. This is called stacks. So you do each person, you generate it, you put it here. Here's a generator crystal. You charge it, right, with your hands, your intention, your thought. Kind of like Missouri Moto, right? Power of thought. And then you put that one here. And then you have channelers. So these are crystals that are channelers. They have one side that's flat and the other's not so flat. So then you charge them, right? And there. Charge here. Charge. So you're clearing it, right? You're charging. Charge. I used to teach this. Charge. Really, you know, when you're focusing on healing others, the biggest objective is how to keep your mind connected to that person, right? Your mind won't start to wander, and then you're not really working on that person, you're not connected. And so this way is a way to magnify it. So you see all these flat ones are facing the generator, which is like this. And then you have a charger, right? This is like, when you feel it in your power hand, it'll vibrate, right? It'll vibrate in a way, and so you charge this one. And it is a channeler. And so you charge it, and then you're making the connection. So it's here, 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 right? It's a grid. And it's good to, it'll hold that charge because your mind is focused on the crystals. And then at some point, maybe 4 or 5 days, it'll start to feel like this. Like it's falling apart. You know, the energy cannot release here. So you have to take it down, you have to run it underwater, clear it, and start again. Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty cool.
It took me a long time to find these crystals. I've had these probably 10 years. And I guarantee some of these came from the center of New Age.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it.
And this is just sand you have in the bottom.
Yeah, you can buy this sand at Walmart.
Yeah, for fish tanks and
but
stuff.
so they don't move.
Right.
Because when you start to move it around and things, then I learned this. I used to travel for my ex-husband was a tournament chess player. And so we would be going different places and staying at hotels, and I had my little grid in a little box, and I would go into the hotel room and I would charge my grid. Well, I was trying to find a plate, you know, I was trying to find a washcloth, you know, to lay down so that my grid wouldn't get affected. And then I came up with this. It's like, oh, this really holds it in place. Well, you can't really haul that around on a plane, and you know, people think you're weird. But yeah, so that's my healing grid.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And you just clear it with water, you know, just a little water, and you know.
We have little grids in the store that we sell.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're little plates with where to put your crystal in.
Yeah, it's good. So grids are good for intention.
Okay.
Clear quartz is all about the highest vibrational energy, and it works for every chakra, and it works for grids.
All right.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
this was fun.
Thank you, Vicky.
Yeah.
Thank you for all that information. I've learned things today.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so if you have any questions, you can send us your question and we'll try to send you an answer. But have a great week out there, and keep your crystals clean.